All right, hello. Today we're working on 10.3 day 2. We're finding the volume of pyramids. Your essential question says, how do you find the volume of a pyramid? I don't know why I put the S, that just bothers me, but it's there. All right, we are looking at the volume of our pyramids. We have a formula for that. Volume equals the area of your base times the height, all divided by 3. Now notice over here that my shapes have different bases. One's a square and one is a regular pentagon. They should all be regular, so the sides should be the same length. If not, they should be like noted. And you have to find the area of that base first, and then you're going to multiply it by the height of that shape. Remember, the height is the distance from the vertex, that top point, to the middle. So it should be a line that's inside your shape, and that is your height. We're going to go ahead and solve the problem below. The first thing I'm going to do is write down my formula. Volume equals base times height divided by 3. We're going to start by finding big B, which is our base. Notice we have a square here. So all my sides will be the same, so this is also 7.5. My area formula for a square is base times height, so we're really going to do 7.5 times 7.5. When I do that, let me grab my calculator. I get 56.25. We're going to plug this into the equation over here. So we have 56.25 times our height, which is 11.4, all divided by 3. Again, I'm going to multiply this stuff on top first. So I'm going to do 56.25 times 11.4. And I get 641.25. And then we have to divide it by 3. When I divide it by 3, I get 213.75. Let me do that. So my final answer would be 213.75. Again, we're doing volume, so my units are going to be cubed. This one doesn't have any units, so we call it units cubed. All right, and that's your answer for your volume of your first pyramid. All right, my second pyramid, notice that we're using that formula again. Volume equals the area of the base times the height divided by 3. Let's start by finding the area of your base. So B equals, we have a regular pentagon here. So we're going to do that formula AP divided by 2. Your apothem, which is this length here, 5.5. Times the perimeter. Remember, to get my perimeter, maybe I'll do this above. P equals the number of sides, so this one has 5, times the side lengths, which is 8. Let's see if it lets me type up here. 5 times 8, which is really just 40. So we're going to multiply it by 40, and then we'll divide by 2. If I do 5 by 0.5 times 40, I get 220 divided by 2, and we get 110. So that's going to be the value we use for B. We do also have to find our height. Now, here's where we kind of, get weird. If you are in regular geometry, you're not going to have to do this next step. We will give you the height, so you don't have to worry about what I do next. If you're in honors geometry, you will do this next step on your own. Here's the deal, though. It's not hard, honestly. I think you can do it if you're in regular or honors. It doesn't really matter. We are going to find that green line there. That is our H value. Remember, the green line meets the middle at a right angle, so we have a cute little right triangle in the middle there. So we can use the Pythagorean theorem. We're going to do a squared plus b squared equals c squared. My a value is going to be 5.5. That could also be b, it doesn't matter. And I'll call h b for now, and then 10.6 will be c. So right now my formula is going to be 5.5 squared plus h squared equals 10.6 squared. If I square 5.5, I get 30.25 plus h squared equals, and then 10.6 squared gives me 112.36. Again, we're trying to get h squared by itself, so I'm going to go ahead and subtract 30.25 from both sides. And when I do that, I get h squared equals, I'm doing 112.36 minus 30.25, and I get 82.11. Again, we're trying to find h, so I have to undo that squared. To do that, we're going to take the square root from both sides. And that tells me that h equals, oh no. Sorry, I'm struggling with my calculator. We're taking the square root of both sides, clicking the right buttons. 9.1. Again, we still are trying to find volume, so I'm going to do that down here in green. Volume equals the area of the base, which we said was 110. Again, I got that number from over here, times our height, which we just found was 9.1, and then all divided by 3. If I do 110 times 9.1, I get 1001, all divided by 3. I'm going to zoom out a little bit and move it up. If I do 1001 divided by 3, I get 333.7. Again, we're talking about volume. My units are feet, but because it's volume, it's feet cubed. And that will be my final answer. All right, thank you for watching. As always, go ahead and answer the questions about your video you just watched, and then move on to your homework.